Today at 3, the deadline for registering to vote is today. Plus, Lexington Sporting Club announces a new stadium. Details ahead. And an appeal has been filed after Brooks Houck's request for bond reduction is denied.
Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shock, a dandy Tuesday out there. Lots of sunshine. Of course, a little breezy. Those west winds 10 to 15, occasionally gusting over 20. Comparable day tomorrow, maybe a few more clouds around, but a nice warm up on the way for the late week. Your Storm Team forecast is coming out.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Ramey Cohen and T.G. Shock. ABC 36 on your side.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Ramey Cohen. Thanks for joining us. In our top story at 3, Kentuckians will head to the polls next month to vote for some of the state's highest positions, including Kentucky governor. However, if you haven't registered to vote yet, today is the final day to register. ABC 36's Justin Walker joins us live from the Fayette County Clerk's office with more.
That's right, Ramey. Good afternoon. Kentuckians have until 4 o'clock this afternoon to register to vote, which means you only have less than an hour left. Now, we spoke with the Fayette County Clerk, Susan Lamb, earlier today. She says her office is busy getting ready for the election. Right now, training is happening for 1,100 election officers, which will help on Election Day. Lamb says there are 2 ways to register to vote before today's deadline. She says you can fill out a voter registration card and submit it at the county clerk's office, or you can go online and process it yourself, but you have to verify your address. Now, Lamb says it's very important for people to register today.
It is a unique opportunity to be able to express your opinion, and most people say, well, I'm just one vote. But if you watch the races recently, the numbers are smaller. Yes, one vote does count. And it is very important that we do exercise our rights.
Now, coming up at 5, find out more important dates you need to know before the November election. I'm live in downtown Lexington. Justin Walker for ABC 36 on your side.
All right, thanks, Johnson. TG, it's just a beautiful fall day we're having, isn't it?
Yeah, these are the days that we look forward to in October. Very comfortable, a little breezy. The winds out of the west have been 10, 15, occasionally gusting over 20 miles per hour. This morning it was chilly and a little foggy in spots. A nice quiet Tuesday morning. Some locations even with the Mesonet sites dropping into the mid-30s. We're in the low 40s. Here in Lexington, you see not anything on our Max HD radar and satellite, at least here in the Commonwealth. Off to the north, big area of low pressure spinning over eastern Canada, so that's impacting the eastern Great Lakes in New England. And that stationary boundary, which will begin to work back to the north, that's down across southern Tennessee. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD camera network, Hicks and Funston Cam, we're at 68. There's your west wind at 13, so we're feeling good. Super dry air mass in place. Dew points all the way down into the low 30s as expected. We're in the mid to upper 60s, got a 70 there in Somerset, so we're just a few degrees below average for this time of the year. Now that boundary again is down here to our south. On the other side of it, that's where the warm air is located. Couple of changes for tomorrow. Looks like the warm front will be a bit slower in working off to the north, so I think temperatures will be comparable tomorrow, upper 60s, low 70s, and we may see a little bit more in the way of cloudiness as well, because there will be a system down along the Gulf Coast in addition to that warm front arcing through. So we're going to start out low 40s, afternoon highs, again, here in Lexington, right around 70 or so, upper 60s, I think, in southern southeast Kentucky with scattered clouds, maybe a few high, thin clouds as well. But after that, Thursday and Friday, how about 80 for afternoon highs? You'll want to enjoy it. You know the drill, this time of the year doesn't last long. More on that in your 7-day coming up.
Thanks, TG. Now to a new development in the Brooks Houck case. His attorney has filed an appeal after their request for a bond reduction was denied. The appeal was filed with the Kentucky Court of Appeals hours after the Nelson County judge said Houck's $10 million bond was reasonable because he believes the defendant to be a flight risk and has access to substantial resources. Now, in your nation view, we turn now to day 4 in the war between Israel and Hamas. Since Saturday, at least 1,600 people killed on both sides, including 11 Americans. Thousands more have been injured. ABC News has more from Tel Aviv.
After a relentless air assault from Israel, drone footage shows the widespread damage across the Gaza Strip. Buildings leveled, entire Palestinian neighborhoods ripped to shreds, and fires raging following a barrage of strikes. Israel's defense forces saying overnight dozens of their fighter jets struck over 200 targets in the densely populated area. Israeli authorities say they're targeting terror hubs like a Hamas weapons storage site and command center, but innocent residents are also being caught in the crossfire.
A whole population of 2.2 million people are punished today. And I don't think that the killing of civilians in Israel justifies now killing the Palestinians in Gaza and then blaming Palestinians for the fact that Palestinians are killed. This is unacceptable. And dehumanizing Palestinians is unacceptable.
Rescue workers searching for survivors in the rubble.
You feel bombing is just random. I mean, it happens everywhere, anytime.
Also in Gaza, Israeli hostages kidnapped by Hamas. Now, the militant group threatening to execute one hostage on video for every Israeli airstrike fired without warning. The political wing of Hamas later walking that back. The intensifying conflict comes after Hamas launched a surprise assault on Israel Saturday, leaving at least 900 dead, including 11 Americans. Among the dead, 65-year-old Marcel Tolja.
I think she was such a good mom, such a good grandma. It's sorry for me, you know. I told my little kids that grandma is not anymore. It broke my heart. She loved them so much.
This, as the IDF says it has regained control of southern Israel.
We do have a lot of ground troops in this area. We have a lot of tanks, and we're prepared for anything. And this is the area where we're going to be presenting ourselves and finishing this battle.
Israel also cutting off power in Gaza and blocking food and water from being delivered. And White House spokesperson John Kirby telling GMA that the U.S. is concerned about the possibility of a second front opening up here along Israel's border with Lebanon if Hezbollah gets involved. But he is stressing that for now, there is no strong evidence of that happening. Inez de la Quatera, ABC News, Tel Aviv.
Still ahead, we have the latest on what's happening in sports with Hallie DeVore. And Lexington Sporting Club makes a huge announcement. Keep it here.
Well, the beauty out there on this Tuesday, sunshine, a little breezy, but we'll take it. We've got a warm front on the way, slowly working through Wednesday, and that's going to open the door for highs running toward the 80-degree mark later in the week. Your Storm Team forecast is on the way.